In today's video, I am going to be discussing benefits for family members that lived at Camp Lejeune, so stick around. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dwayne Kimball, owner and founder of KMD 89 VA Claims Consulting, United States Army veteran, and retired VA rating specialist. In today's video, I am going to be discussing benefits for family members that lived at Camp Lejeune. Now, we already know of the benefits for veterans, but in today's video, I'm going to talk about those benefits for family members. This is something that I did know. I was on the VA's website a couple of days ago doing some research for something else, and I came across this information, and I was like, hey, I have to share this with everyone out there in YouTube land, okay, that some family members may or may not know about these benefits, okay? So again, I'm going to share my screen and go over that with you. But before I do that, I would just like to say the VA is doing an outstanding job of putting this information on their website. Now, do they have some shortcomings in other areas? Yes, but what big organization doesn't? But as it pertains to them updating their website and providing this information to the public, they're doing an awesome job with that, okay? So let me go ahead and share my screen and we can jump right into it. So this is the VA's website, and I'm going to share this link to the VA's website in the description section of this video. Now, when you get to this, when you open up this link, you have to scroll down to benefits for family members who live at Camp Lejeune, okay? So you're gonna have to scroll down to it, all right? Now, and it states, can family members who live at Camp Lejeune get VA benefits? And the answer is yes. And it states, we may, meaning VA, we may, they say may, pay for or reimburse healthcare costs related to certain conditions if you meet all of these requirements, okay? So there's two things I want you to take away from this sentence. They may pay, they say we may pay for or reimburse if you meet all of these requirements. So it's not saying some, it's saying all. And what are these requirements? All of these descriptions must be true. And note that they have "and" highlighted in bolded, okay? You must be or have been a family member, meaning the birth or adopted child, married spouse, or otherwise legal dependent of a veteran who served at Camp Lejeune or MCAS, New River, North Carolina. And you must have lived or been in utero while your mother lived at Camp Lejeune or MAS, New River, North Carolina, for at least 30 days. Now, for 30 days total between August 1st, 1953 and December 31st, 1987. Those dates are the same in that 30 days, and those dates are the same for veterans as well, okay? Then it goes on to say, you must apply for and be approved for benefits under current law. What are those benefits? We may pay or reimburse for healthcare costs. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of questions. People are going to say, well, will they do this or will they do that? I'm only covering what they have right here on their website. If they talk about this somewhere else on their website, I don't know about it. You'll have to go and look at that, okay? And there's going to be some contact information. But for right now, only thing that I see, we may pay or reimburse for healthcare costs. Those are the benefits. We may, there we go again. We may pay for or reimburse for care related to these conditions, okay? Bladder cancer, breast cancer, female infertility, kidney cancer, leukemia, lung cancer, miscarriage, okay, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you want to come here and make sure you meet these requirements. And then, obviously, they're telling you, you got to have a diagnosis of one of these. Now, again, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get some comments. Dwayne, what about this condition? What about that condition? If it's not on this list, basically what they're telling you is they're not going to pay or reimburse you, okay? It has to be on this list, all right? But if it's not, you can claim it. Never know. They may add it later. They may update it later. They may update this list later and add it. Don't know. Okay. Then it goes on and it talks about how do I apply for Camp Lejeune family member benefits? Okay. Camp Lejeune family member benefits. And it states you'll need to fill out a Camp Lejeune family member program application. Not only do they give you the number, they give you a download. Okay. So I'll give you, um, I'll put the link in the description section for this VA's website. Okay. They're telling you where you can mail it to. Okay. It needs to go to Austin, Texas. Now we know for veterans, when they do compensation dependents and stuff like that, it goes to Janesville, Wisconsin. These go to Austin, Texas. You can fax it. There's a fax number. And it even tells you if you need help, they give you an 800 number. And when they're open, 8:30 a.m. to 4:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. So again, this is the first time that I've known of these benefits. Okay. Because obviously, I don't know. I never, because yeah, Raiders wouldn't have, I don't think it would be Raiders doing this. I don't know who they would have approving these claims, if they're Raiders or if the family members will receive a rating decision. So if you're a family member and you're watching this video and you've actually went through this, leave me a comment in the comment section and let me know if you were approved or denied, and did it come in the form of a rating decision or was it just a general letter? I like to know, and I'm pretty sure other veterans would like to know as well. Okay. Now we get to the section where it says, what supporting documents do I need for my application? So as I go through these, look at these two words, and they're in bold, right? So it says a document like a marriage license, birth certificate, or adoption papers that proves your relationship to the veteran who served on active duty for at least 30 days at Camp Lejeune during at those North Carolina and those between those dates. Now, let's just say if the veteran is deceased, you you still can get these benefits. That's the way I'm reading it, but you still have to meet this criteria. And I hear so many spouses, they call and they say, Dwayne, my husband was in Vietnam. I don't have any information. If you are a veteran and you were in Vietnam or maybe Camp Lejeune or whatever, get your benefits. If you don't want them, get them for your family, because when you're no longer here, if you're service connected for a particular condition and you deceased because of you pass away for a service connected condition, your spouse and or family members could get DIC. Do it for them. Okay. Now, then it says a document like utility bills, base housing records, military orders, or tax forms. Now, base housing, military orders, where could you possibly find that? If you get a copy of your VA claims folder in your Marine, it could be in your personnel records that the VA has. But you wouldn't know that if you don't have a copy of your VA claims folder. So make sure you submit that FOIA request or Privacy Act request to get a copy, because you may need it to confirm your 30 days there. And if you're a family member and that veteran is deceased, hopefully you already went out and got a copy of that claims folder. Okay. That proves you lived at Camp Lejeune for at least 30 days and then those dates. Okay. From 53 to 87. And medical records that show you have one of the 15 covered health conditions. The records must include the date, your diagnosis, and the date you got treated for these illnesses. Most cancers, where you're going to have a biopsy report. And the biopsy report is going to show if it's a tumor, if it's malignant or benign or whatever. Okay. You have to show that you've been diagnosed with it. That's what they're telling you. It says you may also want to provide a report from your healthcare provider. This is the form. Okay. You can download it, fill it out, give it to your healthcare provider. They can fill out and you can submit it along with your claim. Makes sense, right? How can I file a claim for a reimbursement? For each claim, you'll need to fill out a Camp Lejeune family member program claim form. Okay. You must provide an itemized billing statement from your healthcare provider. with your claim, if you have other health insurance, you must provide a document called an explanation of benefits from your other health insurance. Now, what is that? It's also known as an EOB. When you have private insurance, and I'll give an example of vets, or I'll just use myself. When I registered at VHA, Veterans Healthcare Administration, you have to go and do a means test and go through eligibility. And one of the questions that they ask you is, do you have private insurance? I said yes. I gave them a copy of my private insurance card. When I would make an appointment and I would go to the VA for whatever, about a month, two later, I would get a letter in the mail from my private insurance. And it lists the provider. And they had VHA, Veterans Healthcare Administration, something like that. And it would have the dollar amount for the treatment, how much I owed, zero. And when I went to a private doctor's office, it would say the same thing. And they had a dollar amount and it would be zero. And that dollar amount would be how much they charged, the provider charged the insurance and then the copay and stuff like that. I don't know if it's any different now. I haven't seen one in a while, but that's what an EOB is. So you may have to go back in time or call the healthcare insurance, your healthcare provider, so they could go back in time and maybe resend you those EOBs. Because I never kept them. I did for a while, and then I just end up throwing them all away. But that's what they're talking about: explanation of benefits, also known as EOB. So I wanted to share this information with you. So if you're a veteran or family member of a veteran and you didn't know this, and you have a dependent or family member or a child from a spouse that was stationed there with you to have one of those conditions, hey, apply. Okay. And again, go out to the VA's website. I'll leave the link in the description section of this video. Go through it again, look at the forms, look at what the requirements are, get the evidence, and submit the claim. Okay. So with that being said, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and don't forget to share this video with your fellow veterans. Thank you.